Welcome back to the Derek Smith Spiel. Today I'm here with Gavin Schiavone. Gavin, give yourself a little intro.
Hello, I'm Gavin. I'm Derek's friend. I'm a first year student at Ithaca College. I am
A business major,
I
right?
am a business major, unfortunately.
So why do you say unfortunately?
I just think I don't know. I'm not like super into it,
You,
but
why'd you choose a business major then?
because I took a class that was like kind of a business class in high school, and I really liked it. And then I like didn't really know what I wanted to do going into college. So I was like, well, yeah, I'll do business. It's also pretty general, which is good. It has like a lot of
Yeah,
flexibility. I think a lot of degrees you get it and then you kind of have to like you have a very set path,
right.
which I don't think is a bad thing if you like really know what you want to do. But at least for me, I was like, I don't really know, and I think there's a lot that you can do with a business degree compared to other degrees, I think, like other things that I might be interested in that are pretty rigid.
What your class in high school that you took, what about it was so interesting?
To be honest, it was just like a chill class. I really liked the teacher. It was also a very small class because it was like the end of the day. But we got to like do like pitches and then we went like to like this competition and we should have won, but it was fun and I don't know, I just enjoyed the class. It was an interesting class and I found it kind of interesting, but I think I'm more interested in like the theoretical aspects of business rather than like
Okay.
the on the ground things.
So you like more so the ideas than actually
Like
practicing them
I'm
and
more interested in like economics and like almost the psychology behind it rather than
okay.
like actually being the guy who's like trying to sell things.
Gotcha.
Just 'cause I think that's like a pretty scummy job in a lot of ways.
You don't
Like
have a respect for salesmen?
I have a respect for them in some ways because I think it's a difficult job, but like I think they're just like not. I don't want to say they're bad people, but like I don't think they have a very positive effect on society.
They do get a pretty bad rap, especially
Yeah,
car salesmen.
I think car salesmen though. I've never bought a car. I've never actually like met like had to interact with a car sale. I'm sure you have, right? You have a car.
Yeah, my parents did most of the talking though. Like I
Right,
didn't.
you were just kind of there, like,
Yeah,
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, car salesmen, I guess that, but I just mean, like, in general, people who, like, I mean it in more as in, like, people who will sell products, like, with, like, very manipulative advertising, you know?
yeah.
And they'll, like, I don't want to say, like, mentally, like, not abuse, that's not the right word, but, like, try to, like, almost condition people. You know, like if you look at like a lot of like big company, like very successful companies, they have pretty questionable advertising.
Yeah,
You know, or like they like really try to appeal to children, so that like later in
for
life they'll
sure.
feel very nostalgic. And like I'm just not a fan of that. And I like especially like a lot of things I think are pretty useless that like people buy, and I think people who sell it to them, I don't know. I'm just not. I I like people. I don't know. I just think it's like you could be doing so much more for the world, I think, than like selling someone some like shitty thing that they don't need.
So you find the psychological aspect interesting. Like you enjoy studying why the advertising techniques work, but you don't want to necessarily practice them because you don't feel that it's
It's good. Yeah.
admirable.
Yeah. I think so. I think that like okay, so you look at it, these advertising techniques. I think they're interesting. I think a lot of psychology is pretty interesting, even though like I would never want to major in it because I would like a job at some point. But no, no, I mean like psychology. Just yeah, I think it's interesting, but I think it's more like just because something's interesting doesn't mean it has to be like good, you know, or
Yeah.
like I think it's more like I'm very interested in like human psychology and almost like not like anatomy, but like or genetics, but like just like the human, not experience, but like what makes people do what they do,
Yeah.
and like which is psychology. But I think that it's like when you look at like I don't want to say the world, like I'm some like fucking. Can I curse on this? Do you
Yeah.
care?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
okay,
good.
okay. Yeah, I guess it's not like a network, but you know, no, I just think like I'm not some like fucking genius, like trying to analyze the whole world. But I do think it's like interesting to see why people do the things they do, especially when like a lot of the time you would think like it's a very irrational decision, you know.
That's why. So I declared psychology as a minor. I was always interested in psychology. I listened to this great podcast called Psych Hacks, and that's like the tagline, the description is better in your life using psychology. And Psych Hacks has a male target audience. But the reason I minored in psychology was because like you, I wanted to understand why people do what they do. I feel like, I mean, I obviously can socialize fine, and I feel like I'm not antisocial. I don't feel like I don't understand people, but I want to understand people more and at a kind of a deeper, more scientific way. And I think psychology really does that. In my intro to psych class, we're actually learning about um, right now we just learned about compliance. And for every like method of compliance, which compliance is when someone who isn't an authority figure basically peer pressures you into doing something. For every example of compliance, the professor used a car salesman. And and he was like, I'm not saying car salesmen are bad people. He said that's just the easiest to do because they're the best at using these methods. Uh, like one of the methods, lowballing. And lowballing in the psychological sense is when you off I'll use selling a car. If you're selling a car and let's say for 10 grand, you agree to make the sale for 10 grand. The car salesman will go to talk to the boss and he'll go into the other room and just let the person who just bought the car sit and ruminate in the excitement of the deal they just made. So then the car salesman will come out and I'll say, well, actually, you got to sell it for 12,000. And 9 times out of 10, they'll take the deal because they're so excited just to have come that far that they aren't going to turn around and restart the whole process.
So like sunk cost, basically.
What would
Like
you
sunk
say?
cost, like fallacy, like, right? Like where like you've already put your time and effort into something, so even if it's not worth it in the long run, like you'll still. Do you know what I mean? Sunk cost fallacy.
All right, could you explain that even further, the sunk cost fallacy?
So, okay, so it's basically like the sunk cost fallacy is when you put a lot of like time or effort or money or whatever into something, and then even though like that something is not working or like it's not a good decision, I'm sure you've done this or you know people who've done
Yeah.
this, and you just continue to do it because you've already put so much into it, even though there's no benefit to continuing, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense. Yeah, I'd say that's capitalizing on the what is it called? No sum fallacy.
Uh, I don't know, but
You don't know what it's called. You just know it's a fallacy.
the one I just said.
Yeah.
Oh no, the sunk cost.
Oh, sunk cost.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sunk cost.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is what are the so the business classes you're taking right now? Do they focus on the psychological side, or is it
No, they're all
all numbers?
like math. Yeah, because
And
I'm
that's
business analytics. I'm probably gonna switch that, but
what are you thinking of switching that to, like an advertising route, or
no, no, definitely not. I don't honestly know, which is like really bad. Like I really hate that I don't know because I feel like why am I in school paying money for something that I don't know what I'm gonna do? But I like yeah. I mean, I could go to finance, which is like I don't really want to. then I could go to marketing, which I also don't really want to. Which, I don't know, I just don't think I'm that interested in business. Which isn't great, considering that's what I study. But,
I would.
there's other aspects too, or like management, which is like kind of bullshit. It's not bullshit, but like, I don't know, I just think like, I honestly don't really know. And I do need to make a decision soon.
No, that's
But
fine. A lot of people don't know.
just because a lot of people don't know, it doesn't mean that it's good that they like. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
But
I'm just like, yeah. I mean, the grand scheme of a lot of people who go to college don't even use their major
right.
when they graduate. So it's not a.
Yeah, I just wish I put more thought into what I wanted to do rather than just like, yeah, I guess I like business. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Rather than like really thinking out like what do I want to do like in the future, like why,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I would try the intro to psych class. I think you'd find that
Psych.
interesting. Because then when you take intro to psych, then you can take social psychology, which is all about how people interact and their thoughts, like why they interact.
right.
That's
Yeah.
and that
So
sounds
it's
up
more.
your alley.
I'm sorry. So it's more like a individual, like how people like on an individual level like interact with each other rather than like on like a societal level.
Well, I'm sure there's both, but I'm pretty sure everything we've done so far is more at an individual level, but that tends to translate to a mass group.
Right. No, because I think I'm more interested in like, I'm very interested in like like societal psychology.
Okay.
Like how a society can be a certain way, or like how like large groups of people can do things that like you wouldn't really like think people would do.
Do you like history?
I do like history.
Yeah, it sounds like you would. What do you think?
I wouldn't say I like it. I think it's interesting. Like I like yeah, I guess I like to study it. Or I like to learn about it, yeah.
What do you think of the pyramids, though? Like, speaking of things.
The pyramids?
Yeah,
I think the
large-
pyramids are cool. I mean, I would, yeah, if I had the chance to go visit them, I would.
Yeah, just because, like, a large group of, well, slaves really did something that
Right.
people didn't even know. Historians are still baffled about how they did it because it had
Yeah.
to take so much time, and
Right.
the technology is way past its time.
Well, I don't know about that. Like the technology is past its time. I don't think it's as complicated as people like think.
You
It is
think
just a
it's-
bunch of like they basically cut a bunch of rocks into a shape, like into like bricks or like triangles, right? Or like angle, whatever.
Yeah.
And they basically brought them all together, which people have been able to do. Like you can put them on roller, you can use rock. Like there's methods, and they just kind of stacked them.
So you're not high on the pyramids like most people are.
What do you mean high on? Like
Like
on top of it?
A lot of people think that it's one of the greatest things.
Oh, I think it's
humans
really
have-
cool. Yeah, but I think when you compare it to like other things that people have done or made, I don't think that it's particularly like. I think it's the scale is what makes it impressive rather than the actual technology behind it.
Just how large they are.
Yeah. And how old it is too. I think is very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Like I would definitely go and like visit. I think it's cool, but I just don't think it's like the most impressive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of traveling though, you went to where did you go to?
Where did I go?
Where did you go to kiss the wall?
Oh, in Israel. Yeah.
Yeah, in Israel, yeah.
Oh yes.
What was that? What was that giant
This
trip
is
like?
This is where they come to get us.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so when I was 14, I think. 15? No. I think I was 14. It was like 2022,
Okay, so
maybe.
post-COVID.
This was post-COVID. Yeah, yeah. It was like right after I had my bar mitzvah. And okay, so basically, there's like some context, right? Because I assume you don't know all of this.
Yeah, give
But
the full
like,
context.
if you're like a Jewish person who lives in the West, right, like Europe or the U.S. or wherever, like outside of Israel, they make it like very easy to travel there, right? And they have like all these programs, because like that are mostly funded by either like the Israeli government or like very pro-Israel organization, right?
Yep.
Because they want Jews and even non-Jew, but like mainly Jew outside of Israel to be supportive of Israel. So yeah, when I was I guess 14, like right after, like this was like kind of coming out of COVID. This was also before like October 7th. This was before any of like the current even though like you could say okay, the conflict's been going on for like 80 years, but like before like the modern conflict. And yeah, so I went in the summer, I think of 2022, but or 2023. I think it was 22. But
Okay.
so I went there, yeah, and it was like it's interesting. It's a very interesting place, especially like I think I kind of just viewed it as like, oh, because it's like it's really cheap, that you get like all these scholars. They make it really easy, right? And I hadn't really traveled much, so it was like, whoa, I could travel like
Yeah.
across and I think it is weird. I definitely look back on it with a bit more like, okay, well, I'm not a big fan of the current state of it, like the government and the army, and I think that they've done a lot of horrible things. But I also think like, just like there are a lot of cool things there. So I wouldn't say like I regret going, but I definitely think it's a weird place to visit, especially like now, like looking back on it.
So looking back on it now, you aren't as. It isn't as, I guess, as cool of an experience as when you first went there.
I don't think that's the right way to put it. I would
Right.
say it's more like it's not as like it's weird to think back on, like because I think you see somewhere like Israel, it's always like on the news. It's very much
Yeah.
like people care a lot. They've done a lot of things that I very much disagree with, and I also think like I think it changes your perspective, even if your perspective was like formed there, if that makes sense. Like I don't know. I just think it's like I definitely think when like I went there, it didn't surprise me what happened afterwards.
What makes you say that?
It's like a very tense play. It's very like obviously it's extremely like it's very unequal, right?
Right.
Between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Especially like when I went, this is definitely not a thing anymore. They took us to like this hill, like right outside of Gaza, and you could just kind of like see in. And it's like, it's weird to look back on now because like, it's obviously it was a very poor, and like dangerous place.
Yep.
But it is like, a normal place where people live also, right? There's
Yeah.
like buildings and houses. I don't think there are anymore. They've all kind of been blown up. But yeah, I think going there, like, I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about it, to be honest.
So
I don't think it was a bad thing. Like, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, even at 14, you could pick up a tensity.
Yeah, and I
Like
think also there's very obviously a lot of like. I think I just like could kind of see through a lot of like. I don't want to say the bullshit, but like. I think I could kind of. I don't want to say like look at it more objectively than other people, but like I think it was like how how do I put this? It was more like you could tell that like there was a lot of tension and like anger. Like I remember this one guy that I met in the West Bank, right?
Yep.
This like Israeli, and he was basically talking to me like this like older, like he was nuts, and he's basically talking to me about how like we need to kick out all of the Palestinian, and like this needs to all be Israeli land, and I was like, this dude is crazy,
Yeah.
like I don't think like it takes that much effort to be like, yeah, people are a bit not, and like there's a lot of, I don't say division, but like it is division, like a lot of hatred and like fear. I think it's more fear than anything. I think both the Israelis and the Palestinians fear that the other side wants to kill them all, and I think that those fears are somewhat accurate from both of them. But I don't actually think that's true. Like I don't think most people want what's going on to be happening. But I think that a lot of people feel as if it's the only option. Or like maybe not the only option, isn't there? But I think a lot of people in Israel, they have like this internalized idea that like, if we don't do something to them, they'll do something to us, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is, I don't want to say I don't think it's true, but I think it's not a good way to look at the world,
Not healthy. Always living in anxiety like that.
Well, it's not healthy, but it's also, it leads, I think it can lead people to and I think it has led to like very dark places, If you can justify, like, I think the fact that people are so easily able to justify a lot of objectively horrible things that I don't think anyone should ever justify. And I think they do it so, I don't want to say so easily, but like, if you were to ask like someone who is like, in the government or like someone who's very pro, the Israeli military or whatever, I think they wouldn't really take issue with anything that's been done in that way. So I think that it is just a lot of like hatred, I would say, and like racism and fear that like I don't know if it will ever be solved fully, but I think it's definitely there, and I think it's very easy to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you give like a quick 2-minute history on why
God.
that hatred is there?
Oh no.
Or could
Oh,
you
dear.
not explain?
No, I can. So, okay, so first of all, disclaimer: I am not a historian. I am not like accredited in any of this. I am not an expert. Everything I'm about to say is disputed, but basically, like a super quick summary is that in like the late early 1900s,
Okay.
there were these people like so if we go back, right, originally like thousands of years ago, Israel was where the Jewish people lived, right? And then for a bunch of reasons that are kind of beyond the scope of this whole current thing, they were dispersed all over, like Europe and Africa and the Middle East, right? And so eventually there weren't that many Jews. There were always some Jews, right, in Israel, but like most of them were gone. And then in the late 1800s, early 1900s, there was a lot of, anti-Semitism in Europe, and there were a lot of Jewish people who thought, oh, we should like have our own country, basically. And there's basically this guy, Theodor Herzl, who is like the founder, I guess, of Zionism. Like he was the guy who first proposed that Jews go to Israel. And like they started moving there in sort of small numbers. And then like throughout obviously early 30s, people did start moving there, Jewish people from Europe, and obviously the Holocaust, right?
Yep.
And then a good amount of people moved to Israel after that. And then there were also a lot of Jews in like other Middle Eastern Arab countries or like in Africa who were basically kicked out or like they had beef with it. It's all this is like all disputed and it's very complicated. But basically a bunch of Jewish people moved to Israel. But obviously there were people already living there, right?
Yep.
And so that immediately started tension because they were like, "Who the fuck are you guys showing up?" But and then I get over time there were a bunch of war. Like it's very very complicated and
But that's a simple version.
that's like a
Yeah.
super simple like basically Jews moved there and the Palestinians were not happy about that and there were a bunch of wars and it's so complicated that like I don't even really feel comfortable speaking. Not because like just because I know that it's so and like I don't know enough. I think I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone does.
No, I think that was sufficient just to kind
Right.
of set the stage to
Sure.
explain why there's tension over there.
Well, yeah, and then I don't think it's unreasonable for like I think it's definitely reasonable why like especially after the Holocaust why Jewish people would say yeah we do need our own place where we can live
Right. Of
and we're
course.
not at the whims of like other people, right? But I also think you have to look at things realistically and say like okay but you can't just go somewhere where there's people and like kick them out, right? And that's basically what they did. And like even today I think like a lot of Jewish people I feel like they have to I don't want to say defend but like at least in some capacity support Israel because it is Jewish and like because they feel like oh without Israel Jewish people like where could we go it'll be like before when like we were persecuted and like minorities in other countries but I don't think that that's like a great argument because like okay but like Jewish people live as like a minority in the US or in the UK or wherever right even today
Yeah.
and I don't think like obviously there are some instances but I don't think that Jews are like extremely threatened here right although some people would say that oh we are and that but like I don't think so and I don't think most people believe that but
Well-
what do I know right
Well, thanks for giving the background. I know that's not an easy topic. That I just wanted to set the stage
Right.
to explain why there's tension, but also to ask. So when you were 14 and you went to Israel, did you feel as though that trip was, I guess, tainted because it felt like there was an agenda?
That's actually a very good question and I think there was an agenda but I also think like I wasn't like an idiot, like I knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Like I knew that the trip was like funded by people who loved Israel, like which like I knew that going in. So I don't think I was like it's not like I went to Israel, came back, saw on the news they're bombing Gaza and was like, "Oh, wow, really?" Like yeah, I knew that. So like no, I don't think so. I think that for a lot of people, I think were more into it than I was. Like not into it. Like I enjoyed it. I think it's a very cool place. Like obviously there's a lot of issues, but like just like a historical like there's a lot of very interesting places to go there. But I don't think it was tainted. Like as I think I can like separate the fact I went to a place, and not just have it like, oh, okay, well I went there and then like, they did horrible things. Like I don't feel like any blame for that, if that's what you're trying to ask.
No,
Or
not,
like
not blame. I was just wondering if, because I guess a better question was, were you able to feel, because I was of the belief, and I might be wrong on this, correct me
Sure.
if I
No,
am,
go for it.
that
It's all
that
right.
trip was about having pride in your Jewish heritage. And were you able to feel that going on that trip?
Yes, yes, and no. I think yeah, in theory, it is about pride and and being Jewish. But I think that that's kind of overrated. Like I think for most people, if you had asked them, they didn't, or at least me, and I think
Yeah.
basically everyone just kind of saw it as like, oh, it's like a vacation, pretty much. Like we get to like go travel and like do all these things. I don't think that it was like a super. It wasn't like it also wasn't like a super religious like organization that I went with or anything.
Okay.
I think it's almost more like culturally. Like I think they really want to like. Well, I guess the idea is basically in theory that like you will love Israel and then you'll like move there and join the IDF, which or like you'll just support them from the U.S. or wherever. So I felt more connected to being Jewish in like certain aspects. Like it's definitely an interesting place to visit, like as a Jewish person. But I don't think that it's like it changed the way I viewed anything. Or like at least like about like being Jewish or like my identity.
Well, at the least, it's a great opportunity to travel and just see,
Yeah, and I
really.
think that's what like I saw it as at the time. And I think even now I still do. I think it's weird to think back on like like you see all these places that like have been destroyed or like attacked and it's like oh yeah I was there like 3 years ago 4 years ago but I mean it is a little nuts but I don't know I feel like I haven't given any like very substantial takes here.
No,
Do you want me to
that's
give like a hot take?
no. I feel that just really, I feel uneducated on the subject, and
Oh, that's
I
fair.
feel like a majority of people are
Right.
really, and
Yeah.
I think
Which
it's
is
important just to get a general
I don't even think
overview.
I'm that like super educated.
Well, definitely more
But
than the average person,
right,
that's for
yeah, yeah,
sure.
I guess. But I would just say that like yeah, in some ways I guess it did make me feel more connected, I guess, to being Jewish. But like I don't think it like changed me in any way. It's not like I like became an Orthodox Jew after I went there,
Right.
you know?
You mentioned your bar
Oh
mitzvah.
yes.
Are those like I was always told that a bar mitzvah was almost like a sweet 16, like they're just a crazy party. Is that true?
For some people, yeah.
Oh, so it is like a sweet 16. Like it really depends on the person whether it's
Not traditionally. If you have like a more tradition, no, I wouldn't say that it's like a sweet 60. I think a lot of people like kind of go really over the top. At least for me, I also because bar mitzvah was when you're 13, right? And that was during COVID for me and for
yep.
everyone, right? Because we were 13 during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I did it even though like I'm not really religious at all. I always went to like a pretty religious synagogue. It's
Mhm.
like the or like the dudes with like the long beards and like the hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I did my bar mitzvah there, and it's like a very like much more traditional like. So and I didn't have like a party, but some people do. Like some people really like they have like DJs and like it's like a whole thing. They like rent out and like they just party, which I think is a bit like ridiculous to be honest. Like
You're not a big party
I'm
person?
not. It's not that I'm not a big party person. I just think that it's like if you're gonna have a bar mitzvah, like at least take it a bit like a little serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't need a fucking DJ at your bar mitzvah and like make it a whole thing. Like it's just like especially because like most of the people that do it aren't like actually religious. Like I'm not actually religious, really. Like I guess in theory I am, but like I don't like live like my life by the Torah. Like I don't keep
Right.
kosher or anything. Like I guess like most people would say like I'm like a culturally Jewish, even though I don't think I am that much. I'll celebrate the holidays with like my family, but like I think a lot of people, yeah, it's like this like ridiculous thing where like some of them are nuts. Like especially I also think because there's a lot of obviously there's a lot of very rich Jews. They just like try to flex on each other by giving their kids like big bar mitzvah. No, I joke, but like I do think that's part of it. They like like I was never like really in those I think it's because I'm from the city. I think it's like in like Westchester or like Miami. That's where all like the really stuck up Jews are, in my opinion.
In Miami?
In Miami and in like Westchester.
But I do think it's important to say you could, like your joke, you could say this with any religion. Like, man, there's some stuck up Christians out there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, well I think a lot. There's
like,
a lot of
really. I've got like my parents. There's tons of people, but my parents, me, we've gotten like a lot of looks from religious people, just from. I don't want to say acting normal, but like just like one time.
Is Gainesville a very religious place? You'd say?
I wouldn't say it's extremely religious, but there's religious people around.
Yeah.
And I mean this isn't totally ridiculous that this lady freaked out on this, but I remember I don't remember. Someone told me this story. I was 3 maybe, and my parents took me to the grocery store, and we went to Tops, and I really wanted a Tops donut, I guess, and my parents weren't getting me the donut quick enough. I don't know. I just remember this because my parents told me the story, but I guess I looked at them from the shopping cart, mini 3-year-old Derek. I looked at my parents and said, "I want my fucking donut."
That's wild.
And
I would certainly give you like your family a look.
Yeah, and then like I guess like a ton of people looked over, and my dad was like, "Pumpkin donuts? They don't have any pumpkin donuts here." And yeah, he tried to play it off, but
that's a legendary move by your dad, though.
I didn't make it too easy on him. Yeah,
it's quick thinking, to be fair. You gotta respect.
He's pretty good at thinking on his feet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I love that was like the story you went to. Like I'm talking about like, oh yeah, there's like these like Jews who throw like these stupid bar mitzvah parties that I think are ridiculous. And you're like, yeah, when I was 3.
well, you said it just made me think
that's
of
the
like
example you went to.
There's just those people who like look and judge all the time.
Right.
And it's really not necessary.
Yeah.
We mentioned parties earlier. I think we were the life of the party. We went to the Nocturnal Cafe, and obviously the bands were the life of the party.
Right.
But as far as the dance
me? Or you?
Yeah, me and you.
Yeah.
You were.
Well, I don't think so. I just think like everyone else we went with was quite boring. Like why go? You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at it. Like I'm not like a huge party person, but like if I'm gonna go, I'm not just gonna like stand around, or like go to like a I guess like you'd call it a concert. But yeah, like why? Like who? Like I don't know. I think it's like I get up there. I dance. I don't think you need to dance. I don't think I dance well, but I think I enjoy it.
It looked like you were having fun.
I was living it up.
Who were we with? We were with a big group.
It was a lot of people, but
let's see, it was Owen, Colin.
Your brother was there.
My brother, Tyler, Patrick, and Ryan. I think that was everyone.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because Nick wasn't able to make it.
No, Nick wasn't there. Was he injured at that point, or was this just like before then?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I think this was before.
Yeah, to give some context, Nick.
Oh yeah, our friend Nick.
You walked.
Oh yeah, do you want me to tell the story? So yeah, basically our friend Nick, he has like very brittle bones apparently. So yeah, basically he like went to open a door and like literally as he like pulled the door open and went to step through it, his like kneecap just came clean out of the socket, like went fully sideways. And yeah, eventually it wasn't told. I wasn't the first person because he called campus police. But like, yeah, I was like there right afterwards because I saw him, and it was bad. But yeah, he needs like knee surgery. He's getting surgery in like a week, I think. But yeah, he's injured, and I think that's why he wasn't able to go to this. But this might have been before. He may have had other things going on. I'm not fully sure.
Either way, he was with his girlfriend.
Oh
He
yes.
keeps that
Yeah.
keeps that going. They've got a daily streak, and not just snaps. I mean, like they see each other every day. Gotta.
That is generally, I think, how most relationships work.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It does progress to that eventually. I guess that is the goal. Yeah.
Right.
It's really just like, it's that stereotypical like friends getting jealous of the girlfriend because they steal the guy away
Right.
from them.
I think I'm more jealous because she gets to kiss Nick. No. No.
Well, she stole your climbing partner.
I don't think that's the reason he can't climb, I'll be honest.
Right, I guess the knee plays a part. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a lot of other friends who climb, so
Go.
it's low-key sad though, because like they're all leaving. Because everyone who
A lot
climbs
of
is
the
like a senior.
Really?
Yeah.
So you and Nick might be like.
No, it's not just me and Nick, but like
But
a
you
lot
might-
of them did.
You might be some of the older people
No.
in the room.
Probably not. Not like, well, like eventually, but not like now. Like who is there? There was like one of the girls who works there. She's I think 24. She's like a grad student, but she's graduating. Then another one of them's graduating, and then a lot of them are like June. Yeah, I mean the climbing wall is low key, like kind of nobody really comes very often. It's usually like 5 people, and we just kind of chill.
What got you into climbing?
Um, I don't really know. Like Nick just kind of asked me if I wanted to go one day, and I was like, yeah, and then I just kind of stuck with it. Like I think it's very fun. I think if you tried it, I think a lot of people would get into it, especially like early on. It's very fun because like you progress pretty quick, and like but I do think a lot of it is just the social aspect. Like I know all the people there, so like, and I have nothing better to do, so we kind of just hang out.
Yeah, it's like a cool club hangout.
Yeah, but it's also like, I like to learn, like, and try things, and I think it's very fun to be like a beginner at something, and I think it's a very underrated thing, to like to just like do things that you suck at, and like try to work at it, and like obviously like I have no intention of being like some great climber, but
Right.
I do like to like do like try things and like progress and like improve, right?
And it's got to be great for your grip strength too. Right?
Why did you say it like that?
What? Oh, you're
The
sorry.
grip. No, it is. Yeah.
It's,
It does, yes, but you didn't have to say it like that. But
Well, let me reword. Let's rewind a litlittle bit.
no, it does. It definitely improves. It improves your finger strength quite a bit. It improves your grip strength. Yeah, like even like your forearm. Like I do think it, because I always played soccer, so like I never really focused on my upper body. It was always
Right.
like, even in soccer, I don't think you really want to be that muscular. Like you want to be strong, but you don't really focus on like your arm strength, or like especially your forearm, right? You focus more on like having like your shoulders or like being able to like
A
body
good
people,
base, yeah.
right? And like it's also like more about like endurance and cardio and like technique. You're not really focusing on like working out per se, even though it's still like obviously it's very healthy, right? Most people who play are in very good shape, but I think now it's like it's different because climbing it's much more like static, right? And it's more, I don't know, it's very different, but I enjoy it.
Is it very nerve-wracking when you're up high, or do you really trust the safety
No,
equipment?
because I don't climb outside. Like I haven't yet. I want to, but no, I wouldn't say it's ever nerve wracking because there's no like I'm not going in. Like I know I trust the ropes and that they work, but I think there is like a lot of climbing outside, especially like long route, like certain types of climbing is very dangerous. And like there are legitimate chances that like you die, right? But
And you want to try that?
yeah.
Just for the adrenaline rush, or what?
No, not for the adrenaline rush. Well, I wouldn't do like free solo, you know, which is like where you have no rope and you just like literally walk up to the mountain and just kind of go. But no, I would never do that. But like I think I would do any like climb that has bolts in the wall. Like, okay, how do I explain this? Like basically, so certain places like outside have like hooks. They're not hooks, that's a bad way to describe it. Like little like things that are bolted into the wall that you can put the rope through.
Like,
How do I explain? It's hard to explain.
it's not
Like if I
quite-
showed you a picture, but like I know it's a podcast, so I have to talk it.
It's almost like it almost looks like a fishing hook, right? And it
Ye-
screws into the.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, and then basically you have. Do you know what a carabiner is?
No.
You definitely know what it is. It's like the things you like clip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like basically you would clip the carabiner and then you can just put the rope through that. And the way it works is like as long as you're on the other side, if you fall, because there's a guy on the bottom that has the rope.
Okay.
So like the rope is through the carabiner. So if you fall, that will catch you. I would do that. I wouldn't do like people have like their own like makeshift things that they will like put into like cracks in the wall and like crank it. I have no desire to die is basically what I'm saying. Rock climb.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm not a huge like adrenaline junk. Like I like obviously I like adrenaline in some instances, but
Only when you're doing hard drugs.
no, I don't do hard drugs. Hard drugs is like what counts as hard drugs?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like cocaine, right? Like crack
yeah.
is hard drugs, or
Yeah,
like meth.
I
I haven't done hard drugs.
I wonder how you draw that line though. Because I bet
I think it's more theoretical.
I bet back in the day marijuana was considered a hard drug, but now that's kind of like drinking alcohol.
I would say that like a hard drug is like something that can like really fuck you up. Like even like just one like I guess you'd say like alcohol, right? But like I mean like
so you would say a beer isn't a hard drug, but
No.
Everclear is a hard drug.
no, I don't think Everclear's a hard drug. Is hard drugs. I don't know. I think it's more of like a social thing, you know, like what do we as a society consider acceptable, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, like if you go outside and you see like a dude who's like smoking weed, you probably don't care that much, right?
Right.
But like if they were smoking crack, you'd be like, all right, man. You know what I mean?
That would be wild if they just did that.
That happened, at least in the city. I doubt it happens much up here.
One of my friends went on a trip to Las Vegas,
Oh God.
and he was out drinking, and it was maybe 2 a.m. He was headed back to his hotel, and he saw a homeless guy just getting head on the sidewalk,
Oh nice.
just right on the, like,
Yeah.
not even in a dark alley. Just
I respect it, man.
Yeah.
Game is game.
This game.
No, I don't respect it. That's gross. But I at least do it where people can't see, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine Vegas is like that. I doubt it's only homeless people that get ahead on the sidewalk.
It's got to be the haves and have-nots in Vegas. It's like
Yeah.
Either you've got the money to gamble or you lost the money gambling.
Right.
There can't be a good middle ground.
No, there isn't. There isn't. I don't think. I think I have no desire. Vegas is like there are certain places that like I just have absolutely no desire to go to. Like Vegas is definitely one, or like Dubai. you know, or like it just seems like such a fake city. You know what I mean?
I
Like
know what you
it's just
mean.
there. I think there's like a lot of things, and it basically just exists to like extract money from stupid people. You know,
I do know what you're saying.
like I think it's the same with like a lot of like gambling. Like I do think gambling, especially like online gambling with like a betting company. Like I just don't get why people do it. Do you do it? Do you gamble like online? Do you like sports bet or
I do
like
sports
you
bet. Yep.
sports bet?
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of sports
that's
betting
okay.
and
I
gambling.
can see both sides of it. I'm not
Like
like
I don't know if I think it should be illegal, but I do think it's very predatory.
people need to be more educated on it because there's a reason that gambling the gambling industry as a whole makes so much money, and that's because it's made
Yeah,
for them to
but
succeed,
they're
for the
also
house
just
to
like
succeed.
scumbags. Like they like they will like do all of this like lobbying and like with the government, right? And they have like thousands of lawyers and whatever. Especially I think what's really bad is like the whole is it poly market where like you can bet on like anything?
Kalshi, yeah.
Kalshi. Yeah. And it's like some of the stuff you can bet on I think is like this is not like the election. Like you should not be able to bet on the election.
So there's
Or like there's ones that are like, will someone die? Like that's not great. I
yeah,
don't think.
that's why they're getting in trouble. There would have been a lawsuit anyway, but a lot of states, I want to say it was Atlanta to file the first lawsuit against Kalshi. It was because they said that Kalshi was setting gambling odds or gambling games on elections and deaths, things that are illegal in that state to gamble on. The reason it gets so hairy is Kalshi says, well, this isn't gambling because it isn't a negative sum market.
Right.
It's a it's essentially a zero sum the way they set it
Yes.
up, meaning
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I know how that worked, but
yeah,
I just think like you're an asshole. Like I just like can't imagine. Like I really can't fathom being like CEO of like there's like a ton of companies like this of like Kalshi or like any of these companies that just like screw people over and like they will just fight tooth and nail just to be able to like fuck everybody over. And I just don't get it. I really don't. Cause like
it's all about money.
right, yeah, but it's like they're all already rich. Like who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah,
But especially with like something like betting on like an election, like I don't think it's the but like I do think like as a society we have lost the plot. I think. You know what I mean?
and more than one thing.
In a lot of ways,
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah. Like I do think we have like collectively all lost our minds. Like I think the type of things that like people just are like okay with and will just like allow is ridiculous to me. Or maybe not even that they won't like allow, but like people just like seem to be okay with it.
yeah, it's odd the things that people are passive on, and then the things that
Like
they
people
care
really
so
care
much
about.
about.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it is like media too.
Yeah, the media always shows the extremes.
I think yeah, media it always shows extremes, but it also like right. You look at like media and even like social media. People are like, oh, the mainstream media, is so awful, But I also think like the media you get on social media is also pretty shit. I think
Yeah,
like especially like I guess political or not even not political, but like just in general. Like I do think like I just think like a lot of the issues people tend to focus on are such non-issues compared to like so many actual problems, right?
yeah, yeah. Even something like
Oh,
the Oscars and Grammys, like people get so pissed about that. I'm guilty. I got a little upset watching the Oscars. I watched it for the first time this year. It'll
did you?
probably be the last time I watch it. It was so. It, it was. I hated it. I hated it. I watched like where the first 5 awards went, and then I could essentially predict every other one. It was so.
Oh, I see. So did you hate it because like you thought bad films won, or did you hate it because of like the whole
I didn't
like
think
where
it
like they
was.
just sucked themselves off the whole time?
I felt like it wasn't about who had the best film. It was
No,
about.
no.
It was about really. They were pushing an agenda. Really, that's what I felt, and man, it was just ridiculous. But even that, like, I'm getting fed up about the Oscars. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right, yeah,
The
like the
Oscars don't
Oscars,
matter.
like yeah, right. Who the guy who wins the like? Well, what I don't actually follow the Oscars, but like who won an Oscar that you didn't think should have won?
Oh, I don't want to pick out names like that.
Okay,
I'm,
okay.
I'm
But just say like a movie won the Oscar that you didn't think should have won. Like that doesn't actually affect any. Like the people who didn't win are probably going to be like a bit bummed out, but like they don't actually care. I don't think that
they're
much.
still making millions.
Right, like there is so many bigger issues in like the grand scheme of things. Right, and I just think it's because everyone's brain is so like fucked, like with the internet. Like everyone's thoughts are so scrambled and like all over the place. That's why I think like we can't like come together as a society and say like no, this is bad. Like we shouldn't do this, you know?
Just because you think it's like an attention span thing, or
Yeah, kind of. I don't think it's exclusively like an attention span thing, but I think it's like I think social media is obviously like a huge issue. I think. And I do think that in like a lot of ways it's one of the most harmful things.
especially for mental health.
Not even for mental health, but I just think on like a large scale, like societal level. I don't think social media has benefited really anyone.
Yeah, it's a.
I just think it's made everyone crazy, you know?
Well, it's getting to the point now where it's like it's almost like you have to assume everything you see is fake and then
Right.
prove it's real.
Yeah, and I also think like I just think like for all the shit that people talk about, like oh you know the mainstream media this, the mainstream media that,
Yeah.
but like they actually do have like as much as I think that they suck, they actually do have standards that like they have to like actually follow. Versus like some dude on the internet can just make shit up, and I think people like are so quick to believe anything. It's because it's confirmation bias, right? It's like
Yeah.
you say something that like I agree with, and even it like I don't care enough to do research or anything. So like I just like yeah okay, or like you know it's also who said it like the most powerful like what's it called like form of like propaganda or like subversion is like what isn't talked about, which I also think is big because like with the internet you just have things that you want to see. So like if something goes against you know your worldview, because like the algorithms and like the websites, they know what you want to see and what
Yeah.
you don't want to see.
Even if you check that box, like don't track my um, feedback or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
that
yeah,
says. Yeah.
yeah.
That doesn't do shit.
No, it doesn't do shit. Which like it is a bit silly because like I don't even think that like the social media companies have a specific agenda. Like they obviously do in a sense, but like they just want to make money and they want you to keep like that. I think that's why I've like become so anti social media. Like to the point where like I don't really even use it anymore. Just because I think like why? You know what I mean? Like these people are just
Yeah.
trying to like make me mad, so I watch their advertisements. So like they get money. You know, especially Instagram. I think Instagram, and I never had TikTok, but I think TikTok is similar. But I just think it's the worst. Like it's just like I still have Instagram just because like to see what like my friends post, but like I don't go on it really ever. Or
You
like I
know?
don't care about like what any other person said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Another kind of fucked up thing is like I don't know if socially you could get rid of Instagram. Like I've met so many people at college, and like even some of them will be like, "Hey, can I have your number?" And they'll be like, "Oh, let me just give you my Instagram." And like they communicate through Instagram.
Right.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah,
Or Snapchat's another one. Like a
I
lot of
actually don't mind
people.
Snapchat, which is like definitely like a very hot take. I think because like I
Well,
think everyone shits on Snapchat, but like Snapchat is I think the least hot. Like I think Snapchat is bad because like it does expose people to like predators,
right. I mean,
right?
anything.
Which like anything does, but like I've heard Snapchat is like usually the one they go for, but I
Yeah,
just
I
think,
mean, I just
but I
mean
do think like at least for me, it's like when you do Snapchat, it's just like your friend. Like you don't see what other people like have posted. You know what I mean? Like it is just a way to talk to people you know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like send pictures.
It's getting to the point where that's like the main. Like you almost need to have Snapchat because that's the main form of
Do
communication.
you? I don't think maybe it is, but
You think I'm going doomsday a little
I
bit?
don't think you're going doomsday. But I think like at least in my experience, like it's pretty rare that like I talk to someone. I think the good thing with Snapchat though is like it allows you to like I guess like I don't want to say like you have like the streaks because I'm not big on the streak, but like it's a good way to like kind of keep up with people, at least in my experience. But
Do you mean with the stories or just reaching out to them?
no, just like reaching out to them. Like every once in a while, I'll like snap someone I haven't talked to in a while,
Yeah.
or like I'll get like a random snap. But
It
I
always
don't.
tells you when people's birthdays are too.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it does do that, which
That's a
I guess is,
lifesaver.
which is yeah, yeah.
I'm terrible at remembering birthdays.
But yeah, I'm not a big birthday person in general though. Like I think it's a bit silly.
You think,
Like people who do like a whole thing for their birthday. It's like okay.
oh, you mean like the type of people who like skip school and then, oh, it's my birthday, I get to choose like those
No,
type of
I
people.
just mean like really. I even like people who like have. I don't want to like hate. You know, I don't want to be like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Right?
But like I think like even when people have like birthday party. No, no, I don't know. But like I'm not big on it. Like I don't need like a whole thing.
So
That's kind of my point.
do you even do like a dinner with your family or anything like that on your birthday?
When I was yeah, I didn't this year because I was here. I didn't
Right.
do anything crazy. Like I just got like a bunch of calls from people, and some people were like, "Oh, happy birthday," and like one of my friends were like, "Oh yeah, happy birthday," but like I don't need it to be a whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have any desire for like to do like a whole like have like a whole party. I think sometimes it's nice when like you just like hang out with like a lot of your friends, which like I have been to a lot of where it's like chill like that, which is good. But like I don't know, I just think some people are too into the idea of it like being their birthday. And it's like okay. Like I just don't think it's special, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a history teacher, seventh grade history, and he wasn't big on birthdays either. He said that he thinks parents should be celebrated on birthdays, not him,
Right.
which is
But
interesting. I mean, because there's Mother's Day and Father's Day.
but also, do you think that the parents should be celebrated on like the day you were conceived rather than
Like 9 months before my birthday. Oh
No,
man,
that'd be wild. But
that would be. Or you could have like a 9 month party from the day you were conceived too.
yeah.
Like each day, like you.
Oh, like one of
Like
those like Christmas calendars where like each day you
yeah,
get like a little gift.
yeah, you get like a picture of what you look like in utero.
Oh, like the scans.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, or even even an
That's a
advent calendar.
bit nuts. I don't know. You celebrate the parents. Yeah, you celebrate the parents, I guess. But yeah, I guess there's Mother's Day fall, but then there's also like the parents have their own birthday. So
Yeah, yeah, it would be hard to implement right away because there would be one generation kind of getting screwed.
well, yeah, I guess, but then it's like like how like I guess you like yeah okay you celebrate the parents, but like like I don't think the parents really want to be celebrated. You know,
Right.
maybe they do, but like oh yeah, your kid is a year older. Congrats. You know, like okay. I don't think that that's like a big deal.
Well, one thing that needs to be touched on, it was brought up
Oh,
in a podcast with Ethan Duncan. He said
oh
that you
boy.
guys were outside throwing the football around, and you the topic came up, would you rather fight a goose or a human?
Oh my God, I remember this. And I
And
said I would rather fight
a goose.
a goose. I did say
Yeah.
it.
And
No, did I?
Ethan
No, I
said,
said I'd rather fight a person.
yes, that's what it was, right.
They all said that they would rather fight. I'm very like I'm happy we mentioned this. I don't know how long this podcast has been going on, but we like I assume we're nearing the end. But
I mean, it's been about an hour and 5 minutes, but
if,
go
if
into
any of you are
this.
still watching right now, text me a picture of a goose. So I know. Like if I just get like a random text of a goose, I will be very impressed. That's why it's like fun because I don't actually think anyone's gonna watch this. You know what I mean?
The clips get a lot of views. The
Do they?
podcast get views too. I think people jump around though.
The
It is rare
pod.
that you get someone listening to a full episode.
Yeah.
I think that's true with anything though.
I don't know. I think like you like big podcast people. I've listened to whole episodes of podcasts. I'm not like a huge podcast person, but sometimes. Well, oh, the goose, the human of the goose.
Yeah,
I
and
was
you chose the human.
I was pretty strong with this opinion, because I think okay, so you'd rather fight a human or a goose. I remember there was more context to this, but I forget what the context was. So like, I'll just imagine it's like a would you rather. Like I can fight either, and I just think it's more honorable to fight. Like fighting a goose is not impressive. You know what I mean? Like if you beat a goose in a fight,
That's
it's
what
not an achievement. But I also think people underestimate the goose. You know? Like I think people like think like, oh, I could easily beat a goose. They're weak, but like geese could fuck you up, I think.
they could. Have you seen those videos?
Geese are like yeah, no, they're tough. Like they will like go at you. Like they will go for your face.
Yeah, and they
And
hiss
it's like yeah, how would you even like attack the goose? Like just jump on it, and like I guess you'd go for the neck, right? Because it's
that's what Ethan Duncan said. Ethan said he'd go for the neck.
I think he would struggle against a goose. To be honest,
I think the average person would.
yeah, I guess like usually they're in like packs though. There's usually like a couple of them, which I think makes it much more difficult.
And they mate for life. So if you
They mate for life,
fuck
do
with a
that.
married goose, you've got a 2-on-1.
They mate for life, yeah. Are humans considered? Are we considered as we mate for life?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, I think humans are considered that way.
Okay. Yeah, I guess because like other species, it's like you just like mate and then you like never see each
other
other again.
species just hoe around.
That's one way to say it.
No, only yeah.
Yeah. No,
like
I know what you mean. I saw these rabbits having sex a few days ago.
just walking around campus.
Yeah.
Saw some rabbits getting it on.
Yeah. Look, hey, I support it. But no, I think I'd rather fight the goose just because like I think people they overestimate humans and they underestimate geese, And also like imagine you lose, right? Like if you lose to a person, it's like, oh okay. It depends on the person, but like usually it's like, all right, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's
But
like
if you lose to a
odds.
goose, I think that's pretty pathetic. Right? Like if I found out, like even though I'm talking about like, oh yeah, geese are tough, but like I think like as a society we would shame someone who like lost in a fight to a goose, right?
I would have to agree. I would
Like
think
if you
so.
met someone and they were like, oh yeah, I lost to a goose, you would be pretty. I think you would be like you would think that like, oh, this person's like a pussy, you know, right? This is such a weird like where is this conversation has gone from like Israel to geese to media habits.
It's the beauty of a podcast.
No, it really is. Yeah, this I feel like we've gone all over the place, which is not a bad thing. But what was I gonna say with the geese? I just don't think I'd want to like if I like say I had to fight someone. It's like goose on one side, and like a person. I guess it depends on the person. But like an average, like the average person.
Yeah.
Who is the average person? Like,
I would say the average person.
maybe the average man. The average man is probably more fair.
So 5'10",
5'10".
probably 160 pounds.
Okay, so that's like basically, like that's like slightly taller, I think, and slightly heavier than I am. But I don't think that like I just think I'd rather fight the person rather than the goose.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were coming from, because Ethan was saying, like, man, Gavin's crazy. Like, I can't believe he'd rather fight a human than a goose. A goose is so easy. Like, why would you want to beat the shit out of a
I
human?
think that he's a goose is so. I don't think he'd do well again. Like, I think a goose would fuck him up. To be honest, like how would Ethan handle the goose? Like genuinely, like what would his strategy be? What about you? What do you think about this?
I think I see both sides. Because I do think like I would have way more pride winning a fight against a human. Like
I think I would have more pride losing to a human than beating a goose. To be honest.
I could see that too. Like no matter what, pride wise, it's easier to fight the human. Like you're gonna walk away like, yeah, I just threw down, I left it all out there. But it really does depend on the human, because if I see them and I know they can beat the shit out of me, I might take my chances with the goose just for self-preservation.
Right. Oh well, are we assuming a fight to the death?
No,
that's different than like just like a fight, you know.
No, we're thinking just a fight, but still, like
Right.
a lot of shit can go wrong in a fight.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Like I just think like I would be so ashamed of myself after the fact. Like, oh, you picked the goose, you fucking pussy. Like, are you serious? Like, even if it was like the goose or like Mike Tyson, yeah, I'd pick the goose. But like, if it's just like an average like build dude, yeah, I'd fight the person. I think there can be an honor. Like people think like, oh, it's because it's how much you care about, you know, winning, right? Like
Yeah.
like okay, yeah, you would win against the goose. Really, like even Ethan, I think, could eventually subdue the goose. You know, like I think he's so confident in it, and I don't know about that, man. I think the goose would. Geese are powerful, you know, like no, like they are not scared of you. Like
No.
they're like they will fuck you up if if you're not careful. Like he would need to like I guess his idea would be like to grab the geese, but then they'd like scratch you. I don't know. I just think I'd rather fight a person. Like if the option came to me, I'd fight the person.
Have you ever been in a fight before?
I have.
You have?
Not with a goose, to be fair.
No, with a human.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Not great.
What happened? You gotta tell the story now.
It's not like a super crazy story. I've just like, what have I fought? I haven't gotten into like any like crazy fights, right? Like, cause at my school there were a lot of like absolutely wild fights in high school. But no, I fought like who have I fought? Fought like I haven't gotten into any like super. I fought like friends. You know what I mean?
So it was just like a kind of like a push each other around type.
No, like
fists were thrown.
Like beforehand, we were like, all right, let's fight. Like, just, like, for fun.
Oh, it was like a Fight Club type thing.
Yeah, kind of, but, like, it was, like, intense. Like, it was serious. Like, we were really going for it, and it did not go well for me.
Well, what can happen with that is it starts like fun, and then someone maybe hits a little too
That's
hard.
the thing. Like, you do want to win. Like, we went for it. But
Yeah.
I've done it a few times. I haven't, like, I feel like I'm a pretty non-confrontational person. I fought my brother, too. I don't think that really counts.
I don't think that counts.
I beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, a younger brother.
Yeah. I think he's the same age. No, he might be like a year younger than your brother. You don't really fight with your brother.
We
I don't know though, because he has guns, so like I don't know about that.
We've never gotten in a fist fight. We've shoved and like wrestled a little bit, but we've never gotten like in a serious brawl. The only time
I've never punched him in the face. If that's what you mean. But I threw him into a ladder once when we were younger.
Oh shit!
I picked
like WWE stuff.
Yeah,
you picked him up and slammed him into the ladder.
No, because we have bunk beds, and there's the ladder to go to the top.
Yeah.
And I just threw him into the ladder. I don't regret it. I actually think I show a lot of restraint with him. Because he's very provocative.
Younger brothers really know how to push buttons, that's for sure.
They do. Can I ask what this thing does? I always see it.
I believe that's called the diaphragm of the mic.
The mic, there's the thing in front of the mic.
Yep, it makes the...
For our many viewers at home who can't see.
Yeah, for viewers at home, it's a little...
All one of you, maybe. There might be a single person who listens to this part. I wouldn't, to be fair.
Okay.
No.
Well,
it's just... Continue.
No, there's a screen in front of the microphone, and I believe what the screen does is it makes it so that it only picks up audio close to it. So you can...
So if I talk back here, can it hear me?
It can hear you, but it's more...
I should go like this.
That it always helps talking closer to the mic, but it's more so it won't pick up a door in the background or stuff like that.
I see. Yeah.
Or little hums.
It feels very professional, you know.
I do know. I love taking it out because
it's really legit. You know,
it gives the professional look on the Derek Smith Spiel.
Yeah, of course. How many guests have you had so far?
Oh man, at college. I believe this is my 8th episode at college. Maybe my 9th.
This is number 8. How many people by the time you graduate do you think you'll have had on?
Hopefully, I'll have one person a week. So,
100? Over 100?
Well, how many weeks are there per semester? 12?
More than 12. I thought it was 14. Maybe that was last semester, though. This semester is shorter.
Well, I'll set the goal at 60.
Okay.
60 people on the podcast.
60 people on the pod.
Yeah, I think I'm close to a sixth of the way.
Do you ask people? Or do people ask you?
It's a mix of both. Lately, I've been lucky. People have been asking to get on.
Right.
Nate, Ethan, you, Tyler asked to be on. There's quite a few people who have asked, but...
Right. Do you think it's going to get to the point where, you have to actually interview people that you're not, super close with? You know what I mean?
I kind of hope so. I had this idea...
Just ask, random people on campus.
Exactly. A random person podcast. That's what I was thinking of.
That you've never spoken to before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get good at the cold opens.
Right. I think that'd be so interesting. Someone that you have no prior info on.
No idea.
Yeah.
I'll just have a list of good questions to get the ball rolling, and hopefully they'll...
You'll just talk about life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, life on campus is Sometimes it feels like there's not much to talk about, but everyone's got something interesting to say.
Hey, every once in a while, I think that there is. Like, shit goes down. But
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then. Yeah.
But do you have more
Let's see.
questions?
No, I think we went over it all, Gavin.
Oh, God, you don't have, like, just, like, rapid fire? I know, like, a lot of the pro podcast people, they end it with, like, rapid fire questions.
Do you want some rapid fire questions?
Yeah,
I can
kind
come
of.
up with some.
I'll do, like, yes or no. Do you want, like, just...
Oh, yes or no?
Or, like, I could give, like, a bit of a response. I don't know.
We can do.
I can ask you some also if you want.
We could do this or that.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
Okay.
French fries or curly fries?
French fries.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Ketchup or mustard?
Neither, but mustard.
You don't like ketchup or mustard.
No.
So are you a relish guy?
No. I don't know. I don't think they're very good.
Cupcake or full cake?
Cupcake.
Cupcake over like a normal cake.
Yeah, like a slice of cake, you mean? Oh, I don't know, actually. You know what I kind of like? I think cupcakes have been, like, optimized, I think, in a way that cake hasn't been. You know?
Yeah. Oh, pie or cake?
Ooh. Cake.
Hold on, I'm
Do you have,
trying
like,
to
any
think.
non-food questions? Do you want me to... I could ask you some.
Yeah, ask me some rapid fire.
Okay. Ooh, rapid fire.
Yeah.
It's like a yes or no question.
Yes or no or this or that, anything.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ooh, it's hard being like I feel like now I'm on the spot.
I've got one for you.
Oh, do you want
think
to
of one.
ask it while I
Okay.
think? Okay.
All right. A 10-inch penis that never gets hard,
Oh dear God.
or a 3-inch penis that gets hard and stays hard whenever you want it.
3-inch penis. There's no point, I don't think, in having the 10-inch penis if it never gets hard.
You don't think you could find a way to hand it into spots you need it? You know? You know what I mean? There's only one reason a penis gets hard. You don't think you'd be able to...
But you said it can't.
Exactly. You don't think that you could take... 10 inches is a lot to work with. You don't think that you could you don't think you could figure out a way to make that 10 inches of use when it's time to use it? You don't think that...
What is this question?
This is a very important question.
This is a ridiculous question. No, because like okay, it's never hard though, because it's like you just have like a flaccid penis. Also, 10 inches just soft, just laying around would be quite inconvenient, I think.
You don't think you'd be able to find a good way to tuck it?
No, I don't think it's that. I just think it's like you could never get hard. I just think it's like okay, like I wouldn't mind having a 3-inch. I don't think it would. Like I don't think I'd care that much. Like I would. I definitely wouldn't be like. I wouldn't like. If you asked me today, would you want a 3-inch penis? I'd say no, but.
So we know Gavin's larger than 3 inches.
No, I think most people. I don't like. Sorry, Owen, if you're watching. I figured he's like the only one that there's like any chance of watching.
Owen?
Yeah, I think so.
OBD?
OBD.
He is a very...
I think he's an avid listener, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's a loyal fan.
Have you gotten Dylan on the pod?
A long time ago. I'm going to have to get him back on again.
To talk about his outdoors?
His hunting.
His hunting and fishing?
Loving every day. It's Luke Bryan for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, you never heard of Luke Bryan?
I know he is, but I don't listen to him.
Oh, so are you good for this or that? That's.
Oh yeah. That's I stand by the 3. Oh, I'll ask you some. Okay. Would you rather have like? I didn't say anything yet.
It's just a would you rather. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Would you rather like have extremely like weak muscles that like you could never train, like any like physical activity you'd be like fully unable to do, Or would you rather have like really bad lungs? Like you're really strong and like but like you can't do anything. Like your breathing is so bad. That's like a fair.
That's.
Do you see what I'm going?
No,
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
what you're doing here.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Can I, as the brittle man, can I
Yeah.
walk?
Yeah, you can walk.
So I can walk.
You can walk. You're just like really like I don't want to say like you're like really weak basically.
How about walking with a backpack? Like, would that make me sore?
Oh, yes, it would.
Okay. So
Like you would be able to do it, but like it would be very painful
yeah, it would
and
be
like
strenuous.
yeah.
But if I was strong with lung problems, I'd barely be able to walk upstairs.
Right.
Endurance is important, but I think I have to take the strong guy with bad lungs here.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I could work around.
I have another one.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather be like heavily addicted to hard drugs, like any like heroin?
Yeah.
You're a heroin addict,
I'd rather be a heroin addict.
or you have to move to like one of those really remote island countries and live there for the rest of your life.
Ooh. In the remote island countries,
Like I don't know.
are we like living off the land?
Yeah.
Almost
You're like
Native
yeah.
Americans, like
Huh?
almost like Native Americans.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or a heroin addict.
Like say like there's like those really remote islands
Like you're talking about the type of places where they don't know how to start a fire, so they like just keep one giant fire going.
I'm talking more like places that like no one lives.
Okay, so like
Like
a semi-stranded desert island, or
yeah, like people like can go there. Like they know, but like you have to stay. Like you can leave, but like not for very long. Like you could like go on like a vacation.
so I could okay. As a heroin addict,
Yeah,
am I gonna OD pretty soon?
you could.
Oh,
You're an
it's
addict.
Oh,
This is a weird question.
this is this is a tough one because I really like technology, but I
Like
don't
a
want
remote,
I don't want
like no one. I guess like I don't want to say like a deserted island, but like somewhere where like it's just like you.
just me and the tribe.
I don't even like. Yeah, sure. There's like a tribe. You can.
You don't even want me to have a tribe.
I figured
Would
like
you rather be isolated or a heroin addict?
No, yeah, I guess, but okay, that was the island was probably not. How about let me change it? Would you rather be a heroin addict or you have to live in? Like you have to like pack up to like tomorrow and move to like Yemen, like an active war zone.
This is still difficult. You know what? Fuck it. Let me take my chances with heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make some.
You don't think you could
fucking-
like join like one of like the militias there, like the
I-
Houthis? You think they would take you in?
I don't want to take my chances. I'd rather just do heroin and. I mean, think of all the.
To be fair, being a heroin addict is probably quite fun.
Yeah, they probably think it's fun.
Yeah, they probably love it.
I think when they're not when they're, sober, but.
Well, are they sober?
If
though?
if I kept a constant high, I bet I wouldn't think about it.
Yeah.
It would just be life.
Yeah.
I'd be way more artistic too.
Oh yeah, like Basquiat. Yeah, he was on heroin, but Is that all? Do we have? Is there more?
That's all I've got.
We'll end it on that.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah.
I want to be a heroin addict.
Do we have? Yeah. What are some other things to say?
Well, I've got some plugs, Gavin. Is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, the plug?
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to plug. What do I have to plug? I don't know. There's nothing to plug, I don't think.
Not even your LinkedIn? You don't want to throw your LinkedIn?
I'm not a big LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is the most ridiculous thing. Like, I have it, because, like, you kind of have to. But,
yeah. You do the zip.
I do the zip every once in a while. Because I'll go on and it'll be like, oh, like, your friend completed the zip in, like, a certain amount of time. I was like, oh, I gotta do better than that. I have nothing really to plug. I really have to go study. Maybe I'll plug if you like want to shit on one of my professors on rate my professor. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't hate any of my professors. They're all fine. But no, I have nothing to plug. So I will. What could I plug? I don't know. Like, no one's listening at this point. But I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't need to just sit around.
That's fine.
Is there anything else?
Well, I'm gonna do my plugs real quick.
Oh, you have plugs.
Yeah.
You're going on tour.
You could. A live podcast tour.
Live
I have thought
podcast.
about that. I thought that would be fun to do a live podcast tour.
I think you need quite a large audience.
Yeah, when I get a large following, I'll do a live podcast tour.
Do you plan on like either expanding this or like creating a new podcast? Like, is this like do you see this as like kind of like practice for like a future like career in like journalism?
No, I'm hoping this takes off. Like, it would be ideal if I could like make money doing this, be the next Joe Rogan. That type of thing, yeah.
Right. I was never that big on Joe Rogan, to be honest.
He's a polarizing figure.
But I also think like a lot of his appeals that he gets like very interesting people on. Like, I don't think people really like Joe Rogan that much.
He draws a certain crowd, for sure.
Yeah, he does.
And sometimes I feel like people don't like the crowd he draws and choose not to like him because of it.
I don't like dislike him. I just like don't care enough to watch his podcast.
They're long. It's a commitment.
Right.
Which you never have to listen to the whole thing, but
what are your plugs though? Tell our large audience.
You can listen to this podcast and many more like this on Spotify by searching the Derek Smith Spiel. You can also listen to this podcast on YouTube at Derek Smith Stock 13. If you don't want to listen to full hour or 90-minute podcast, you can listen to shorts or clips of this podcast on my Instagram at Derek Smith Stock 13 or on my TikTok at Smith Stock 5. I also want to plug Dylan Smith Outdoors YouTube channel at Dylan Smith Outdoors 8459.
He's like your sponsor.
He makes he basically is at this point. He makes great outdoor content, hunting, fishing, and cooking. He does it all. It is great. And a short film that both Gavin and I were in.
We are. I think you have a much larger role than I do.
Every role matters, Gavin.
It's true. I was going through it, to be fair.
The new short film made by Tyler Shulkin, The Analog, is coming out sometime this month. You can check out that short film on his YouTube channel at Shulk-06. Again, that will come out later this month. But while you're checking out the channel, watch his other short film that is already released, Vivid. Gavin.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on, man. Keep
Yes,
doing your
of course.
thing.
Can I make weird noises into the mic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, to wrap this thing up, let's go.